The basic idea of the internet is packet switching. There's nothing inherently flawed with the idea of packet switching. The particular way in which we've arranged things these days, there are weaknesses, but those weaknesses are fixable, but they take a certain amount of redesign.
As you know, when you surf on the internet, there is a lot of phishing. So when you type an address of a bank, it's possible that you go to another site where they steal your credit card number and where they steal your data, and then you're in big trouble.
So DNSSEC is a system that actually prevents that from happening. That's already a good thing, but as an end user, obviously you always have to make sure that you don't take things at face value.
For the internet user, nothing is going to change. So DNSSEC is a story for the registrars who have to add DNSSEC to their portfolio.
We have also been testing DNSSEC for 2-3 years. First of all our Swedish domains are signed. We are the largest Swedish provider of DNSSEC.
I don't agree at all about this about DNSSEC improving anything. I think in many respects that's become this wonderful political football. Oh, DNSSEC is going to make it all wonderful. It's not.
DNSSEC is a story for the operators like Eurit, like DNS, and of course for ICANN, because all the different, the servers, the root servers, the root zone, they all have to be signed with DNSSEC. But the internet user will not notice it.
It's going on. It's going to be a hot topic, and it's going to be implemented in the root zone next month.
So with respect to DNSSEC, we want it to be built in a way that is essentially invisible and works and protects the end user and does not require the end user to have to think about it or to do anything special. It just is a safer environment.
DNSSEC is not something that our clients have been asking us for. In order for us to implement DNSSEC in a sane manner, it means that it will incur an extra cost. And the problem for us from the registrar side is, what is the driver for us to actually go forward and do that? Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have an issue with DNSSEC itself, the idea, but there are other things out there that have been introduced, such as SPF for email, and still there's a lot of users who don't use that, including some of the ones that you would think that logically they would have more to gain from it. There's this big pressure being put on us, like a peer pressure almost, to implement DNSSEC, and yet they haven't come forward with a business case for us to actually do that.
I'm not sure that you can find a business case other than all of your colleagues is going to eventually going to implement it, and if you're the only one that didn't implement it, you have a business case there, because you're losing your customers to all your older colleagues. And we asked our clients if they wanted DNSSEC, and 70-80% of them actually answered they would like to implement DNSSEC, so that's why we did it.
We will not do DNSSEC until such time as we have a business reason to do it.
He'll be missing out on all the fun, I guess. Eventually, at some point, he will have to cave in and implement DNSSEC, and that will be at a point where all other people then have implemented DNSSEC, and it's going to be uphill if he doesn't do it now and start testing it now, because at some point he will be behind.